Hey guys, today I want to do a little Royal Rumble, I guess. You guys know that I love the Painter's Diaries, uh, and I have several of these in different sizes. And Lightwish came out with their swatch sheets, I guess is what I would call them. And I was curious, so I did buy some, and that's what, let's see, get this glassine sheet off. I guess I should have pulled one of these out. There we go. So you could, I wouldn't have to fight for it, but this is Lightwish's sheets. Kind of the same deal, same setup where you've got a swatching space and you've got a space to write stuff down. In fact, I'm going to have to do this sideways because I don't have enough space here. But as you can see, very similar setup. On the Lightwish page, their swatches are just a hair bigger. Not right or wrong or anything. So this video isn't to tell you what to buy. It's just so that you're informed and you can make the choice that's best for you. So I have talked before quite a bit about the Painter's Diaries. So you guys already know I love them. I did do a little bit of playing with these Lightwish pages because I wanted to get a feel for them before I had any comments. So I'm kind of in the process of curating some sets and decided now would be a good time to use that for this. Unfortunately, when I did this page, I wasn't paying enough attention and I skipped some and I didn't want to waste it. So I ended up painting on the back for the handful of colors I had left. But I did some of these and like I said, I wanted to see how they played. You guys should be proud of me. I even mixed for some colors, and I will talk about that later when I talk about the palettes that I was doing. But so I am going to go ahead and start with the Painter's Diary because we all know that I do love it. So these Painter's Diaries, let me try that. These are from New York Central Paper Company. I believe, and I could be wrong, that you pretty much only get these from Jerry's, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to think if I saw them on Amazon. I want to say I have, but don't hold me to that. So I did get mine from Jerry's. This size, these come in two sizes, first of all. It comes in the 6x8 travel size, and it comes in the 9x12 size. So obviously in the 9x12 size, the swatching things are bigger, the spaces are bigger, that kind of thing. I'm not going to drag it out because the sizes are similar between the swatch pages and these. This comes with 10 sheets. They are 100% cotton. They do have the glassine. They are 140 pound paper. I love these. They are so useful. The pages are removable. It's the spiral bounding, so it always lays flat if you need it to. Obviously, you can fold it under, that kind of thing. You can paint on the back of these sheets. In fact, I'm probably going to start doing that because, as you can see, I'm kind of running out of room and I have sort of run out of sheets. Now, this one comes with 10 sheets. There are 36 spots on each sheet. So in total, when you buy a new one, you end up with 360 swatching spots. That's just what they have pre-printed. Like I said, you can go to the back of them. The paper on this is nice and thick. It is cold press paper. It does have some tooth. It holds water really well. It will buckle now and again, but I don't really have any that have stayed that way. It settled down pretty quick. Overall, just really never have any issues with these. I do even drop some salt on it every so often, that kind of thing. So for these, like I said, I love these. The only thing I don't like about these is that the spiral binding on them is not great for these glassine sheets. So as you can see, they constantly kind of get sucked in, they tear, that kind of thing. I usually end up taking them out because I find them more frustrating than not. Painter's Diary also has a metallic version so that you can see your metallic paints on a black swatch and a white swatch at the same time. So if you use a lot of iridescent stuff, you might be interested in that. I do have a video up about that when I got this one. So I don't really have any downsides to the Painter's Diary, honestly, aside from the glassine sheets. That said, a lot of people have said that if you take these sheets in and out a lot, that they don't stay as well. I don't tend to take them out too much, so I haven't really experienced that, but I can see how that would happen. Like I said, I don't normally take any of these out unless I'm like shuffling them around. Like I brought a blank one because I had used up the last page before it dawned on me that I should just do it on the back side. Never claimed I was smart. So I don't have that issue. I did go ahead and drop some extra sheets in this one just to see how many I could get in it comfortably. This currently has 15 sheets in it. That's without the glassine sheets, just the straight swatching paper. And I will say that's probably the most you're going to get into it comfortably if you want to be able to open this and move and go through it, that kind of thing. So, I mean, I love these. You know, I'm going to say like 9 out of 10 stars because I do love these all the time. And I get them. In fact, I have another one of these that hasn't been opened yet because I like to keep them. And if I had so much paint that I needed to split into 2 of these, I could easily do it. So love these. Love the fact that there is a metallic version. Just like I said, happy with them overall. They do come in that 9x12 size if you want a bigger area to swatch in. That is handy. I really found, I have both, and I really found I ended up going to this size the most. Just, you know, it's a smaller size. It's easier to carry around, that kind of thing. So that is the Painter's Diary. Whoop, now I'm dropping stuff. This is the Lightwish. I think they just call it a swatching pad. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So it comes in packs of, I believe, 40, and they're bundled into 20 pages each. So this is the other pack that I haven't opened. You do have to have a binder for these unless you just want them loose. I believe you can get one of the Lightwish, like the leather look folios and stuff. I don't remember if you could order it with these swatching pages or not. I ended up ordering these separately. So I don't remember for sure. So I just bought a cheap 6-ring binder. I thought this would be better anyway. You know, it's plastic. It's not going to get tore up, that kind of thing. The sheets on these. So you do get your swatching sheet. You do get your glassine sheet. The spaces on these are just a hair bigger. Not a lot bigger, but they are a hair bigger. That said, you only get 24 spots per page as opposed to the 36 spots that you got on the Painter's Diary. Overall, these are about the same size. So, same surface area. So Lightwish says that these are 140 pounds, 100% cotton. I will be honest, these pages are not nearly as thick as the ones in the Painter's Diary. I feel like these are maybe 120 pounds. I'm not really buying the 140 pounds. It just, they don't feel the same. These are much flimsier. You know, they're not the same. I don't think the quality is as good personally. These are also hot pressed. So they do have a little bit of texture to them, but not a lot. Like I said, you do get 40 per pack when they're bundled. So with the 20 sheets, you're going to get 480 slots total. So that is more than the Painter's Diary. I'm going to go ahead and go back here. You can buy these little dividers, which I'm going to do to set up some stuff, and I do like that. I like the fact that you can do that. I will say this paper, I don't know, it absorbs water a lot more. It dries more quickly. The paper's just not as good. It also tends to buckle a lot more. I had one, I think it was this page, where it was buckled up pretty good, and I had to like push it down so that my paint didn't end up going everywhere. That said, I do think both of them show a pretty true to color swatch. The Lightwish, I feel like the water either stands on it or gets sucked in really quick and dries really quick. I don't feel like there's a kind of a happy medium on these. I do like the fact that with the binder, these glassine sheets are obviously not getting caught on everything. That's definitely the downside to the spiral binding that I don't care for. I would actually be tempted to see if there's a binder that fits those and take them out of the spiral. The Lightwish, they're, like I said, it's not bad. You do have to have your own binder. You do, but you can set it up however you want. I do like that. I like the flexibility of this a lot more. I do like the fact that you have more control over it, I guess. I do like the fact you can do more pages, that kind of thing. That definitely appeals to me. And honestly, if the paper was a little better, I would probably say this was a winner for me. The fact that the paper's a lot thinner, I mean, it just, I don't know. Let me make sure I'm only grabbing one page. I mean, the difference is very obvious when you feel them. The fact that this is more hot press, I just feel like watercolor, most of us do, cold press paper in general. So it was kind of like, I don't know why they went with the hot press. So that, yeah, like the quality of the paper is what really diminishes this one for me. That's just something, I don't know. I think they could have done better on. And like I said, I know they claim that it's 140-pound paper, but it really doesn't feel like it when compared to all the other 140-pound paper I have. So I just think they could have done better on that. The swatching is fine. It does buckle a little more, which again, if it's not truly 140-pound paper, that's not surprising. The Painter's Diary, aside from the fact it's a spiral binding, I don't really find any flaws in this. I don't. I love this book. Like I said, I have seriously considered seeing if I could, find a binder and like do a 3-ring here or something. And I may still look into that because these sheets are way better quality. But they're both doable. They're both usable. It's going to be your preference if you really want the organization capabilities and, taking stuff in and out, and, you really like your glassine sheets and you really want those in there, then by all means, the Lightwish is probably going to be your best bet. If you're more concerned about the paper and the quality of paper, and obviously, you're going to have a thinner profile, then the Painter's Diary is going to be for you. If you need something that has a metallic version that you want to try out, then the Painter's Diary is also going to be for you. So again, I'm not here to tell you which one you should buy because I think that's going to be very, very personal. I still definitely lean towards the Painter's Diary. I don't know. Like I said, the quality of paper is better, and the only thing that wins for me on the Lightwish is, the binding and the more able to organize it. and the fact, to be fair, that you can have more sheets in one place. So, you know, that's going to be a personal preference. So whichever one you think is going to fit for you. Obviously, you don't have to have a pre-made swatching diary of any kind. You can just do your own, and that's cool. I like having stuff like this already set up. It saves me a lot of time because I'm one of those people that I want it to be set up kind of meticulous, and then if I can't, it gets frustrating and that kind of thing. So again, you know, the pros and cons. If the paper is more important, then you probably want this one. If the organization is more important, or you just really, really like that Lightwish paper, then by all means, you can do that too. So these are from my old one that I pulled out, the first one that I did, that I pulled out and wanted to do. So that's what I added to give myself some extra sheets so that I could show you guys. But anyway, I hope that helps, and I hope that this maybe gives you some things to think about in terms of which one would be best for you. And have fun and go paint.